Okay guys, so you're here today to see why beginners misread ketone urinalysis strips. So guys, if that's why you're here, stay tuned. Okay guys, so basically misreading urinalysis strips is very easy to do. Now it's not something which is where you just think, oh, let's just go dip it in, have a look and it's done. It doesn't work like that. There are lots of different things that can affect your physiology, can affect obviously what the reading that you get. So this is going to be a big thing where you have to say, wait a sec, if I'm actually going to base my diet looking at these ketones to tell me whether I'm in ketosis, I've got to know the 5 biggest problems that are going to be confronting me. Now, once you know these, you'll have a fantastic easy way to understand, I'm going to do my diet, I'm going to do it efficiently, and I'm going to make sure I cover all the areas to make sure those ketone readings are as accurate as possible. Okay guys, so number 1. Testing too soon after eating. So why it misleads. Ketone levels can temporarily fluctuate after meals. Testing immediately after eating may not reflect your typical ketosis level. So here we go. Looking at here guys, this is a very simple and straightforward one. When you're on the diet, just think this. So when you come to think about when you eat food, you're obviously not going to just absorb the food instantly. What happens is that you have to start breaking it down, which starts actually in your mouth, even for sugars. So, you know, you'll have like, so for example, amylase for amylose, and then you'll move it around, break it up to make obviously the smaller sugars. So the whole idea there is you move it then in through your body, it goes into your stomach, you get chemical and physical movements which are going to break down the food even more, and then you're going to get them into your intestines, and they're going to then go for a whole range of things, including chemical assistance to break up fats from your bile, and a whole other range of things with enzymes as well. So this is the main idea, and you have to get that process into your mind. So does it happen instantaneously? Just talking about it can show you that it's going to take a few hours. So we put the limit there, 2 to 3 hours, and that should give a good amount of time for most of the things that you're eating to make its way through into your blood. So that way you're going to then have it go around your body and also come out in your urine for the ketones. What you can see here, wait 2 to 3 hours after eating, preferably test first thing in the morning for the most accurate reading. So what it's telling you here is that it's saying that when you sleep, obviously you're not eating. So over that whole period, you literally wipe pretty much everything out of your system, and the ketones are pretty much there. They're floating around, and you'll get an accurate reading first thing in the morning before then you start, causing a whole big range of processes in your body again. So that's one recommendation. Then, as you go through the day, obviously you're going to be facing usually a whole range of different things that are going to, for example, dehydrate you, do running, do all the different things, and they're going to, yes, cause a bit more issues. The best time is really setting one time and sticking to that, for example in the morning, and just make sure obviously you've drunk some water, make sure you're hydrated, and you're obviously going to make sure that through the night you had some water by side of you, and it shouldn't be any issue. Now, okay guys, number 2. So number 2, simple straightforward area that can be done without you even thinking about it. So here, comparing colors in poor lighting. So lighting changes what you see. Artificial light can make strips appear darker or lighter. Natural daylight usually gives the most accurate color comparison. So it's very simple guys. When you've got something like critical daylight, it makes everything clearer. So when you have weak artificial light, it makes things look darker. You're just not getting that pure amount of light from the sun. It's coming from an artificial source, much weaker. So the colors you see are darker simply because it's not a strong light source. Now, if you're going to have a look here, we can see here that artificial light can make colors look different. May appear darker than they are, may appear lighter than they are. Now, if you have some other powerful light source that's extremely bright, it will make them appear lighter. So that's what you have to take into account. Most lighting will make them look lower because they're not as powerful. We have the more relaxed mood, for example, in the living room. But if you have a powerful light source, it will make them even look even lighter. So that is an issue as well. So the best way to do it is be somewhere where you have a window with light, and then just turn around, hold up to the bottle with the actual strip and look to see which it matches on the bottle. There you have your answer. So don't just look at the strip, take the color of the bottle as well. Now, some of the bottles are an issue because they're quite glossy and shiny, and that will also affect the actual color as well. So that's a bit of an issue as well, but try to follow it as much as possible to get your accurate reading. Okay guys, so natural daylight gives the most accurate colors, true to life color comparison. Most accurate ketone level assessment. Stand near a window or go outside. Avoid direct sun glare for best results. So best practice, use natural daylight plus consistent lighting and plus patient testing for the most accurate and reliable ketone readings. Okay guys, so number 3, here we go. Ignoring hydration levels. So this is really quite simple. Just as when you have something which has not enough water but you have more concentration of some other solute in it or something else, then it's going to make it seem more concentrated. So that's one big issue you're going to have to face. So have a look here. Hydration levels. Hydration has a huge impact on ketone urine strip readings. Why it misleads. Drinking large amounts of water can dilute urine and lighten the strip. Dehydration can make the ketone readings appear higher. So it's very simple, guys. If you're going to have less of a normal kind of homeostasis balance for your water being dehydrated, you're going to then have it more concentrated, and then vice versa. If you add too much, you're drinking too much water, it will make it lighter. So the whole idea there is it's simple. Look at an analogy. If you go to have your gravy, you either boil it off to make it really thick and concentrated flavor, or you add more water and it makes it more obviously liquidy and movable. Now, one of them is more intense, one of them is lighter, darker. There you go. So that gives you exact same thing that happens with your ketone urinalysis for dehydration or too much water. Overhydration. So why it misleads. Okay, so here we go. What to do instead. Test in the morning or before drinking excess water for the most accurate results. Light reading may appear lower than actual ketones levels when you obviously have very little, when you have too much water, very little water, you've got a darker reading, may appear higher than actual ketone level. Tip, consistent hydration plus consistent testing equals accurate results. So beware of being dehydrated. Okay guys, number 4. So number 4, expecting dark purple to mean more fat loss. Darker isn't always better. Right guys, so it's very simple. In your urinalysis, it's darker because you have more ketones. These are overflow ketones, so they're acetoacetate. These are the ones that are going to come out in urinalysis, and also you have ones, acetone, that come out through your breath. Those two are, one's a byproduct, the other is the precursor to making beta hydroxybutyrate, which is BHB, which is the main one in your blood. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean more fat burning, but it is a massive indicator that that is true. So very dark readings often mean your body is producing more ketones than it needs and excreting the excess in urine. This doesn't mean more fat is being burned. It may mean you're not using ketones efficiently. What to focus on instead? Looking for steady, moderate ketone levels, not extreme highs. Focus on how you feel, steady energy, mental clarity, and reduced cravings. Fat loss comes from a calorie deficit and consistency, not strip color. So here you go, you've got the picture here, big tick, your body is using ketones efficiently for fuel, better energy, focus and results. Dark here, excess ketones are being wasted in your urine, not better fat loss, just more excreted ketones. So takeaway, aim for moderate readings, not the darkest shade. Your goal is fat adaptation, not ketone overflow. So yes, that is one thing, but don't forget to make those ketones, you're actually getting rid of fatty acids, so you are still using more fat to actually make them. So still a fantastic advantage. Okay guys, so number 5, not waiting the correct time. So time matters. Why it misleads. Reading the strip too early or too late can give you a false reading. And what it has here, the color continues to change as the strip reacts with the urine. So what to do instead? Always read your ketone strips within the manufacturer's recommended time frame, usually 15 to 40 seconds. Check the label on your container for exact instructions. So read at the right time for accurate results. Have a look here. Too early, 0 to 5 seconds. Just right, 15 to 40. Too late, 60 plus seconds. So dip the strip quickly and remove. Wait the recommended 15 to 40 seconds. The dip is usually up to 5 seconds. Read and compare to the chart at the right time, and right time, accurate results, better decisions. So very simple, guys. Don't just dip it in and look at it. Dip it in, give it about, say, no more than 1 to 10 seconds. Take it out. Obviously, you need to remove any excess urine. Put it on the side. Wait there, count with a stopwatch 40 seconds. When it hits that 40 seconds, have a look at the strip, yes, and see what's happened there. Then you should have an accurate reading. Don't go over too long, or it's going to give you as well darker readings and poor results. Okay guys, I hope you liked the video. So please thumbs up and subscribe. And guys, any questions, pop them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.